Good afternoon or good evening, depending on where you are right now and where you're tuning in from. Welcome to my channel, and I'm really happy to meet you. And I hope we're gonna chat for a long time and that you're gonna enjoy our conversations, our walks, or talks, everything in between. So today I wanted to talk about a video that I watched and that probably many of you watched as well because it has like millions of views right now. It's Dr. Goobie's video. He's a former MIT neurosurgeon who quit his job about a year ago, and I think it just took YouTube by storm because it resonated with a lot of people for a lot of reasons. Certainly resonated with me, so that's why I wanted to talk about it. The bigger picture is not just about Dr. Goobie, although he's a very interesting person, and you should watch the video if you haven't already. But the short, the long story short, Dr. Gooby used to be a neurosurgeon. He studied for many years to become one. He became a very good one from what he said, and I have no reason to doubt it. But he was also a very unhappy neurosurgeon. So he felt something was wrong from the beginning, but he didn't really identify what the thing was until later in the process. And but he could definitely feel, the uneasiness becoming um, bigger and bigger, and physically affecting him also, not just, the mental toll was clear, but also the physical one. So he talked about gaining weight, he talked about feeling like he was dying. So and the difficulty of walking away from a profession where you committed so much of yourself to it. Like, it's you're the neurosurgeon. That's how people know you. That's how you identify yourself as. You've dedicated your time, your effort, your money, energy to that, and you're good at it. So, and you're making a lot of money. So can you walk away? Can you justify walking away? And how do you explain it, right? So that was something that he had to deal with, because a lot of people were going to be judgmental, and he actually said that he felt ashamed telling people why he was leaving the profession. But the reason why he did that was, so he was telling people that he did it because he was burned out, which was one of the reasons, and that happened to a lot of people. We'll talk more about that later. But the main reason was that he no longer believed in the system he was in, right? And so he realized that he was not making a difference the way he thought he was going to be able to make a difference, because he is in a system that's a business. So it's all about money more than about the patients that you're supposed to be helping. So he's doing surgery on people, and some people are being, feeling better after the surgery, other people are feeling the same, and other people are actually feeling worse and performing the exact same surgery. And he noticed that the main difference was the way people were living their life. If you had a more like holistic approach to your well-being and to your healthcare before that, um, you tend you tended to get better. When I mean holistic, is that encompasses everything. You sleep well. You manage your stress in a effective way. You have a good diet. You exercise, or at least you find ways to move, and you have good social support. So those were the things that he noticed were making a difference in the life of people. And but those were not the things that were being discussed, right? In the room, when you're talking to the patients, you're not talking about those things. You're talking about, okay, are you going to have surgery or not? And also pushing medication or things like that. It was really about money, not about well-being. So you need people to come back to the place so that the place can make more money, so that you can make more money as the doctor, right? The insurance company is making money, the hospital is making money. But then what about the patient? So Dr. Gooby was worried about what about the patient, right? And so, as someone who's been a patient for many, many, many years of a lot of doctors, a lot of specialists, who's talked to neurosurgeon as well about the possibility of having surgery, back surgery, I felt that on many levels because growing up, you're never taught to even question what doctors were saying. They knew everything. They could cure everything. They were like gods in a way. I hope it doesn't offend anybody. When I say God, I mean that their words were sacred. They knew better, and they made you feel like they knew better than you in terms of how you felt, which can be difficult to understand because you know how your body feels, and then there is this person in front of you who's supposed to be on your side and helping you, who's telling you, no, that's not how you feel. Yes, that's how I feel. No, that's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. And you're like, okay, I guess it's not, because that person went to school for that. That's their specialty. They've been doing that for a long time, and I didn't. So I guess they know better. So you roll with it. But then more and more, when that happens, you stop actually trusting yourself and how you're feeling, and that can be very disturbing, right? And that can be confusing, and that can lead to other things. So I went through that after a car accident. When I injured my back initially, I dealt with that on a, I'll tell you more on a, in a different video, but it was difficult. It was absolutely, yeah, it was rough. That's what I can say. So to hear a doctor actually talk like that made me feel validated. Although I've been validated before that, because right now, like, I have doctors in my life who validate me all the time, who talk to me, who listen to me, who take into consideration what I'm saying. And it's a collaboration. That's what became clear to me when I met the doctors that I have right now. So shout out to Dr. Henry in particular. Um, it's a collaboration. They know what they know, and you know what you know. So how do you make that work together, right? So that was something that was so important, and when that happened, it was like really life-saving for me. I'm still dealing with the health issues, but the journey is very difficult, and it's going to continue to be difficult in ways, but it's so much better when you have a good team around you and you don't feel like you're being um, I don't know, gaslit. Yeah, sometimes it feels like that you're being gaslit, that you're not feeling what you're actually feeling. So yeah, so Dr. Goobie was talking about those things, which was very important. But also the other thing that I wanted to talk about was just even the idea of walking away from a profession that you spend so much time dedicating yourself to, and especially when it's a prestigious uh, position that people envy you for, and that it's your entire identity. That's how people know you, right? And that's how you identify yourself. It's very difficult, and we do not make that easy on people to do, because we start judging. And that's what Dr. Gooby was talking about, like his colleagues and other people, other surgeons, he couldn't tell really why he was leaving, because it wasn't really acceptable, and he had to make it acceptable for himself. And his wife was great help, because she made that okay. She gave him permission to really say okay, because he was tiptoeing around it, saying maybe I should go part time, and she said no, just go ahead and quit. So, and he was like, what? So that's important also, to have great support system around you, people validating how you feel and telling you it's okay, just go ahead and do it, because I don't want to keep seeing you like that. I don't want that for you anymore, right? And so that was the thing, because it was difficult for him to continue like that. He could have, but at what cost? His life, also maybe the life of patients, because when you're unhappy in your job, you start making mistakes, or you start doing things that are not up to the standard that you usually would have, knowingly or unknowingly. And that's a big problem. You see that all the time. Sometimes you're calling an office and you're trying to get a service, and sometimes it's close to, I don't know, lunchtime or whatever. The person is hungry, or they had a bad day or whatever, and they give you like nothing, because they don't have time. They just want to rush you out of the phone so that they can go and do whatever they need to do so that they can feel better. And I understand. I still want the service, but I understand. So think about all the areas of life where that happens. And when you do a job where you're actually supposed to heal people or you're supposed to perform intricate surgeries or things like that, and you're not in the right frame of mind, what can happen? Think about that. But that really applies to almost anything in life. When you do something that doesn't make you happy, or that's actually making you deeply unhappy, think about the effect that it has on you and also on other people. And what can you do to change that? The world would be such much would be a much better place if we were kinder to each other in those in these type of things. We allowed people to do that, to walk away from things that did not serve them anymore, and we allowed ourselves to do that also. But it's not easy, and I understand that sometimes you don't have the resources. You don't have Dr. Goobie was lucky to have some savings, and so he was able to walk away and knowing that he's going to be okay, at least for a while. Not everybody can do that, so you have to do that wisely. But think about it and start making choices that get you closer to something that's actually going to serve you. And in serving you, you're going to be able to serve other people in a great way if that's what you want to do, right? So these were the type of conversation that I was really grateful for to Dr. Goobie for starting, because and he's not the only person online who's talking about those things, but for some reason his video just hit me. I think it was the scenery too, because the place where he was, oh my goodness, you need to watch that video. I'll link it in my description box. But wow. So yeah, those are the conversations that are important to have and that I want us to have together in the comment section, or wherever on social media. I link that as well, because it's part of life. All of us have to think about those things so that we can live better together, and also personally and individually, so we can have better lives, because it's so important. Life is short. You don't want to waste it in something that you really dislike, something that's actually making you sick. No, no. Especially with the healthcare system in disarray the way it is, like with so many people leaving the profession, for a lot of reasons, right? So we have to do better by each other, and be kind also to your healthcare providers, because they have a tough job to do. um, that goes both ways. They have to be kind to you too. So we have to be kind to each other. That's what I'm saying. So I'm gonna I'm gonna end here for now, but I'm grateful to you, each and every one of you, for tuning in and for watching through until the end. And I hope to see you here soon again. Next time, maybe I'll be walking around, so we'll do a walk and talk instead of a sit down and talk. Uh, I have to warn you though, when I do walk and talk, I'm probably going to be huffing and puffing, because that's what I do. But I hope you won't mind. For now, I hope you enjoy the scenery behind me, and that you have a glorious day if it's still the morning or the afternoon for you, or a wonderful night if it's the evening already. But stay tuned for more. Thank you for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, and let's talk. Have a good one. See you soon. Bye bye.